Welcome to day 599 of our Web3 journey. I'm Ed Krasenstein here with my twin brother, Brian, and we have a special guest with us today. It's Ado from DeSo World. How's it going, Ado?
It's going very well. Thank you. Good morning, guys.
I
Thanks
think
for
this
having
is
me.
the third time you've been on the show. We were trying to decide if you've been on the show two or three times.
That
I
could
think
be
it's the
right.
third, though. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
Let's
All of
go
us
with three.
were on DeSo that long, right? That we're starting to lose some bits and pieces of the history.
Yeah, we're forgetting it.
We're forgetting again,
But it's
indeed.
all in the blockchain, so it's not going to ever be forgotten.
Well,
Sure.
technically, the videos are on YouTube, so they're not on the blockchain.
Good point. We link to them though. So
Anyhow,
so Ado doing big things with the DeSocial World, Post2Earn DAO, and we're going to get to that after we get to the news. But we're really excited about this. Ado, I'm sure you're really excited about this.
Yes.
But let's jump to the news, and then at the end we're going to talk all about the Post2Earn DAO and Ado.
Yes, so Nader Al-Naji, the creator of DeSo, made a post yesterday saying that email notifications are shipping on Diamond next week. So pretty soon you're going to be able to sign up, get these emails that are going to tell you how much money you're earning each day on DeSo, how much people are buying your creator coin, how much you're earning in diamonds. And it's going to break it down in a really nice, easy to read format where you can see who's contributing the most to you on DeSo. So some beta testers were testing it out. So you've seen a lot of screenshots floating around, but it is coming to everyone starting next week. What do you think about this, Ada?
I think people will want to see it because they want to get the confirmation that they earn, and they want to be able to show off when they really start to earn. And we on DeSo World, we already implemented a while ago the ability to see what you earn per post. And that's already cool, and this gives you like the aggregate. So I think it's really useful. Yes.
Yeah, I really like that feature in DeSo World too, where every post you can see, instead of how many diamonds it earns, you can see the total amount in US dollars that it earned, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. So moving on, Salil Shah, the new COO of the DeSo protocol, he started bidding on NFT auctions on NFTZ yesterday. And Striga made a post saying it's an honor that Salil Shah started the auction by bidding on an NFT from my D-Art project. So he bid on one of Striga's D-Art NFTs, started the auction, and it looks like Salil Shah is going to be an NFT bidder after all.
Who knew? Who knew he was an NFT
right?
collector?
And the auction closes at 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you're interested in the D-Art auction, if you want to get in a bidding war with the COO, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, I actually think there's several D-Art NFTs that are ending this afternoon, so it's not just one.
Yes, and WhaleShark ETH, he's welcomed a bunch of new people from his whale community onto DeSo, and his whale community is huge. For those who don't know, they call it an omniversal membership club for the natively digital. And the whale community, they have all kinds of events, their own whale token, which is held by, I think, 3,700 plus different addresses. Their Discord has 18,000 plus members. And much more information on the whale community can be found at whale.me. And more information on the token as well. Of course, WhaleShark.eth is the one behind this. The Whale Vault actually owns 13,352 digital assets and has a net valuation of $76 million.
Wow.
And just some of the new members that onboarded from the whale community, thanks to WhaleShark, are Tony Sellin, Econ Rockstar, Decryptolorian, Unfazed, Rymac, Nightmare, Sid XO, Tide Po, and Arrow. And I know Unfazed minted some NFTs. He was using NFTZ, I saw. It is amazing. I think WhaleShark's going to be a pretty big asset to the community and to DeSo in general.
Yeah, and these are all people who are into crypto, into the creator economy, into Web3. So it's great to see these people coming onto DeSo. And thanks to WhaleShark for bringing them on.
Yeah, and also WhaleShark, he made a post saying that he's going to be displaying $100 million worth of digital art in Indonesia later this month of November. And he wants to use Pearl to document his journey. So Pearl, of course, is the Instagram-like node. It's run by, well, one of the co-founders is Nader El-Naji's brother. And he wants to get an invite to be able to use Pearl. So Pearl, if you're listening, I actually sent you an email, but if you're listening, which I'm sure you're going to be listening, WhaleShark wants an invite. I think it would be a good idea.
Yeah, and Pearl's doing some really cool things as well. I saw they minted some NFTs, so something's coming soon, it appears.
Yeah,
Some
it's gonna be
test
exciting.
NFTs. They minted
Right.
some test NFTs.
Also, there's been more DeSo OGs that have been verified. I know that Ready Player One got verified, F-Tanix got verified. So we're seeing more verification. I'm not sure what's behind it, what's going on, but I think it's a good thing for the community. I think it's showing appreciation.
Yeah, and Ado here, he knows all about verification because these people are already verified on the social world, right, Ado?
Many of them are. At first, we did a lot of analytics on activity, on how many diamonds people received, how active they were, etc. Well, a few months ago, we switched to basically validation by the community or verification by the community. So if people were endorsed by at least 3 verified creators on the social world, we would endorse them as well. And it shows like a known number. And in a way it is, but in practice it works because the people that are verified are well applauded by the community in general. But it's just a lot of manual work. But the connection part is really nice. But the approach we now apply is very good, and it keeps people engaged, but it's not scalable towards the future, right? So when we're a billion users, it's not something we can continue to do. So we also look forward to verification by association.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. So like, let's say I'm a user and I've discovered DeSocialWorld.com, another app that's built on DeSo blockchain, and I want to be verified. Like, can I still get verified? And how would I go about doing that?
I mean, last week we did that. We noticed like a group of people not yet verified on the social world where we felt this is accurate to get them verified. So we made a post basically inviting active creators on the social world to endorse these people. And there was rapid response, I think, within a few hours, all of them were verified, and they did not only get the free votes, they get up to 10 votes per person. And it's appreciated. I think that's one of the essential things of the social world, that we try to see the people and we connect the people and we make the people connected between one another. And the daily users, that's the metric, and it's fine and it's cool from a business perspective. But the social element is about the people, and we need to see the people and to connect the people. That's what I believe.
I agree.
Yep. So moving on, the DeSo Labs Crypto Winter 2022 Hackathon. We've been talking a whole lot about this in the last several weeks. The projects were announced yesterday on Clubhouse, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of interesting sounding projects that I think I'm going to just go over very quickly. We know Circle It is coming. That's one of the projects. It's a creator tool. And that's being developed by Aditya and Mr. Preet, two of the big developers here on DeSo. It's going to be kind of like I think it's going to have more like a community element to it where you can create your own circles, verify people in your circle. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that works, and I can't wait to try it out. There's also Casalytica by El Zubier, which sounds pretty interesting. There's WP DeSo by Nigels, DeSo Pay by Udeshia. There's another app being built by Mubs, which doesn't have a name yet. DeSo Print is being developed by AI Artwork. One File DeSo, this sounds interesting, is being created by Zoro Geep. Then there's some other apps that fall under the category of user, trader, investor type tools. And they include Next DeSo Killer App. What a name, right? By Brutal. Of course, Brutal will come up with a name like that. Socializer by Stockler, which is another community-driven app that sounds pretty interesting. It's Likely News by Sean Slater. Sean Slater does so much on DeSo. I can't wait to see how this works on DeSo. It's Likely News. A Surf Swap by Careerin. Blogs at DeSo by Dreeds. Hashtag Helper by Free Trade, Who to Follow by Who to Follow, Scan DeSo by BAFQ. Another one that has yet to be named is by Top Videos. It's an Android wrapper for DeSo web app. So that should be interesting. And then some NFT tools that are being developed. There's DeSo Arweave bundles by Jim Toth. I'm going to see what he can do with Arweave. Sahara/Squarts, yet to be named, I guess. That's being developed by Randir, David J. Ryder, and Sami Layuni. And that's going to be an NFT community type driven app that should be interesting. Waverly by Anku Ruyag and Alex Commoner. Space-Time 3D NFT avatars. We talked about those a little bit yesterday by Alpha Omega Graphics. And Fire Shoes by Fire Army. So how's this going to work? So these developers have 2 more weeks to continue building these apps, continue developing them, and then voting is going to take place. And then this should all be finalized by the end of November. And then in the beginning of December, there's going to be an awards ceremony where those prizes, I believe it's over $7,000 now, will be handed out to the winners, ones who have created the most intriguing, most useful, most entertaining apps on the DeSo blockchain. So I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see all these new apps, and I'm sure some of them are going to be able to onboard people under DeSo.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think that we're starting to see kind of a resurgence in development, and I think a lot of it you got to definitely thank the hackathon and those who set up the hackathon, of course. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see what comes of this.
Yes, Slava and Kanchi of DeSo Labs deserve so much credit for this, as do all the individuals and groups who were able to buy their NFTs to become sponsors. I know WhaleShark. I know there's several others. DeSo Mun donated some. A lot of people did. So congratulations. I can't wait to see what comes of it. What do you think, Ada? Are you excited about any particular app?
Yeah, well, I'm connected for a long time already to Kenshi. I'm excited for any app, not for any app in particular. What I'm really excited about is the scale of this DeSo Labs hackathon, because it has now gained a critical mass. Kenshi and Slava have been able to set it up in such a way. It's like a mini Octane fund, right? But it's like decoupled from core. There's a connection because they sponsored it, but everything else is being done by the community and for the community, and that it's now really has a substantial size, and that big people like WhaleShark, ETH, and others are stepping in, is a good sign, because then we also start to decentralize the initiation of all sorts of developments, rather than that everybody looks up to core and say, hey, when are you going to organize something? So that's the part I'm most excited about.
Yeah, there's a lot of excitement. I can't wait to use some of these apps and try them out. So it should be fun. So as many of you know, nftz.me is the only place where you can post and view live timed DeSo NFT auctions. Just go to nftz.me/auctions. And you see all of the auctions that are ending in the next 24 hours. I'm going to highlight a few of them. Like Brian said, D-Art has several of his creative NFTs up for auction ending starting at around 1 p.m. Eastern time today, but some end after that. Agent X Hitman number 007 by NFT Van Halen is up for auction. That ends at 4 p.m. Eastern time today. Now, Agent X, for those who don't know, are 3D NFTs that are viewable in virtual reality on NFTZ. Just using your headset, just go to the web browser in your headset and you can view it in VR. You can also view it in full 3D on mobile, on desktop. So check that out. There's actually a bidding war ensuing for this NFT between X Rabbit, Dragonstone, Shady Acres, Ryan Nelf, and Miss Katie Ann, and the bid's up to about 5.1 DeSo or so. So check that out. Check it out in 3D. They're pretty entertaining and cool to view and play around with. There's also Unicat number 454 that's up for auction by Slava, and that ends at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Unicat's, of course, one of, if not the most popular NFT series on DeSo as of late. And there's Piper Penguin number 3. We've talked about Piper Penguin over the past few days. Nathan Wells' son, DeSo OG Nathan Wells, his son, created this series. Number 3 is ending at 5 p.m. Eastern time today. I believe the minimum bid is 0.5 DeSo.
So I just quickly want to get to the top NFT bidders and Diamond Day creators before we get to Ado, of course. The top 10 bidders on DeSo NFTs over the last 24 hours are Ambitious Lynch, Dead Metal, Pearl App Test, Dragonstone. I'm guessing Pearl App Test is a test for Pearl. Baba Bro, Eat Green Apples, Crazy Collector, Cocolatos, Shumal, and Andreas SPZ. And the top Diamond Day creators over the last 24 hours, thanks to our friends at Altumbase. These people received the most diamonds or tips when they're posting replies on the DeSo blockchain last day. WhaleShark ETH is #1, followed by Lil Lover, Natter, Krasenstein, which is, of course, us, Striga, Weebos, Happy Rabbit, Panini, Elric Ericos, and DeSocial World. And I just want to say, I made a pronunciation error. There's a user named Yana, and I pronounced her name Yana Yu, and she corrected me several times. So I want to just apologize. Her name is Yana.
But it looks like it's spelled Yana Yu though, right?
Yeah, it must be a translation thing, I'm guessing.
Talking about pronunciations, now I happen to be here anyway, and being from the Netherlands. The name of the Dutch NFT creator is called Geike.
Heike. I can't say it.
She taught me how to say it a while ago, but I think over time I've reverted back to my English accent or my American accent. But yeah, Geike, right? Is that right?
Very good.
Okay, cool.
Much better.
And Yana, sorry for the mispronunciation, and we apologize for anybody's names who we mispronunciate on a daily basis. Feel free to contact us and correct us, and we'll happily fix it in our videos, okay? So Ado, let's get to you. DeSocial World, one of the main apps on the DeSo blockchain, has been around since, I don't even know, over a year now, right?
Over a year, yeah.
So you guys have been doing the Post2Earn, and Post2Earn essentially gives people money for using DeSocial World to make posts, the posts with the most engagement on them that have been made from the DeSocial World app. Every week, you give money away to the top creators who brought in the most engagement, and you've now expanded this to top 50, which is insane. And NFTZ has sponsored you. Before us, it was Seals. But now you're moving on to create something called a Post2Earn DAO. Do you want to tell us exactly what the purpose of this DAO is and what you plan on doing with it?
Yeah, but first I want to say, add the thing about Post2Earn. So what for us is key in Post2Earn is that the advertiser is paying. So there's an advertiser that it gives money that is distributed for use of an application, which happens to be now DeSocial World. But the advertiser is paying the creator, and they also get something in return because we feature small text on NFTC when people use DeSocial World. We post about it on Twitter. We will use other social media channels to broadcast your name as an advertiser. But it's the advertiser, so it's not an application buying audience. It's an advertiser that's funding it. And for us, that's key because in Web 2, all the people, all the users, all the creators do the work for nothing. And the advertisers pay the platforms. And we reverse that money flow. So the application distributes the money from the advertisers to the creators.
Yeah.
And that's a fundamental thing. So
yeah, that's huge because you already have DeSo where you can earn from diamonds, from NFT sales, from creator coin sales. But then additionally, you put ads on your site, but instead of paying yourself, you're paying the community, giving a more amplified version of DeSo in a way, because you're adding revenue potential.
So just imagine that big brands like either Nike or Adidas or Walmart or whatever would want to sponsor and start advertising in Web3 on DeSo and use DeSocial World for it. The amounts would grow bigger. But they would get a reach as well, right? Because they would get the reach of the DeSocial World audience to see their brand and to feel positive about them taking such an initiative. So we're distributing the money. We're not keeping it for ourselves. We're giving it to the users.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So tell us about the DAO. How's the DAO going to function?
So we had the mechanism in place to actually do Post2Earn as we just described. But we felt and it's quite a lot of work also in code, but we created it, but we felt this should be available for any application in the DeSo ecosystem. And some may be able to get a small advertiser for €100 a year, but the other one may be like a bigger advertiser. So each application should be able to use Post2Earn as a service. But any application may want to set its own algorithm. They say, okay, we're going only to measure engagement based on diamonds or based on comments, or they should be able to make their own choice. So we wanted to not only keep Post2Earn for ourselves, but we want all applications on DeSo to leverage the application we built to use it as such. Because it doesn't make sense for each application in itself to do all the innovation on its own. Any application can do Post2Earn, fine. But do we want each application to spend tens of thousands of dollars on Post2Earn? Or do we want one application to spend a bit of money and to develop it for all applications to use, and use the remainder of those engineering funds to build something other cool for DeSo? Because if we're all going to do the same thing, oh, this works for you, so now I'm going to copy it also for myself and do the work, it's not innovation efficient for the ecosystem. So we want to make Post2Earn available for any app on DeSo. So we put it into a DAO. The DAO will run the service, and the social will no longer be supplier of the Post2Earn DAO service. They will actually be the first customer of the Post2Earn service.
Very cool. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what is it? So if you're buying into the DAO, what are the benefits to yourself, to the DAO, and to the community?
To the Post2Earn team, the benefit will be that we will be able to raise funds to develop this into a full service, because we have lots of plans on how we can elaborate the service for all the applications. So that's the benefit for the Post2Earn DAO team. And applications using that service will need to pay a small subscription fee that is related to how much advertiser funds they are being distributed. So there's a subscription fee, and there comes the benefit to the DAO coin holders. A part of that subscription fee will be distributed as a dividend to the DAO coin holders. And right now, you won't get rich out of that, right? Given the amounts. But if this scales and more apps start using this, more advertisers will be stepping in. These amounts will be they can really become substantial. And there is an indirect benefit to the entire community. So if this becomes available, if more apps start using it, it will be good for retention and engagement. And that will indirectly drive the price of DeSo.
Yeah, I could see people jumping from app to app just to get a little bit of points, engagement points. So on each one, like make some posts on DeSocial World and go over to Diamond and then go over to NFTZ and then go over to whatever other app there is that's using Post2Earn, just so they can kind of rank in all of them. And maybe some people will just like stick with one app, but others will move along. Yeah. It should be interesting to see how that.
But maybe one app says, okay, if you got into the top 10, you're not allowed back in for 4 weeks. I don't know, because we want we want to give other people an opportunity. So application X may do that. We don't do that at this point. So each application is able to tune it. What is already in place is designed as such that each application can tune its own algorithm in that sense.
Yeah.
So they don't need to do like the social world is doing it, but they can reuse the entire backend, so to say.
Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. And I love that. I hope that we see so many other nodes adopt Post2Earn, because I think that'll be a good friendly competition between nodes that maximizes profits for the users, gives you creators an extra revenue stream, as if there's not already a lot of ways to earn, but this is just additional revenue streams. And I think it's just transferring the whole model that we're used to, where, like you said, advertisers pay the node operator or the platform, and none of that money really gets distributed to anybody. This, everybody shares it. And I think that that's the future of Web3.
And I'd be happy. So suppose that DeSoFi starts to copy this, they start to use it. Mario Naval steps in and he adds like tons of money for Post2Earn using DeSoFi. I'd be happy to lose these users from the social world to DeSoFi. And why? It's not because we don't lose them, because these people stay in the DeSo ecosystem. The big win for all is that it will attract new people from outside DeSo into DeSo.
Yep,
exactly.
We're all in it together. That's how I see it as well.
And yeah, that's something Nader talks a lot about as well, where, you know, competitors are actually working on the same team as each other, because if your app succeeds, that means DeSo succeeds, and if your competitor's app succeeds, that also means that DeSo succeeds, and you're going to get more people using your app too. So it's like a big team, people doing different things, you know, trying to get people to come to your app, but at the same time, you want people to utilize other apps, and you want the whole ecosystem to be successful.
Correct.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So I also noticed that now more people are using Diamond, but I'm not thinking what advertiser can we bring in to buy these users? I'm thinking, what features should we add to make the people more happy on our side so they come to us? And that competition is healthy for all.
Yeah. Totally agree. So before we let you go, is there anything we missed? Is there anything you want to touch on, tell the community about yourself, about the social world or this Post2Earn DAO?
Well, on the Post2Earn DAO, it's now Tuesday. So the funding round 1 starts Thursday morning. So about a day and a half from now. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We're happy with all sorts of contributions to the DAO, and we hope people will buy in, obviously. And yeah, one of the things we did concerning pricing is that we said, well, it's just a fixed price we're not going to do any bonding curve within a round, and that's because we don't want like any speculation type of thing. We want people that buy into the DAO because they see the value, and not the quick wins, but the long-term value of the DAO. So that's the only thing. So we encourage all people to support this initiative, of course, but that's for any DAO founder, I think the reality.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and best of luck. I hope you raise a ton of money so that the DAO can explode and so Post2Earn can explode.
And remember, Thursday, put it on your calendar. Thursday will be when it launches and you can buy some DAO coins.
Yes, definitely. Check it out on Thursday. Thanks again, Ado. It was a pleasure having you on the show. You're welcome back anytime. I'm surprised it's only been 3 times for all you've been doing for DeSo. But yeah, pleasure having you on. And as we close out the show, we're just going to show you some of the events that are taking place on the DeSo blockchain today. One interesting event by Mario Nawfal. He has Hunter Biden on his roundtable show today.
I still don't know if I totally believe that, but we'll see.
Yeah, so thanks again, Ado.
Thank you. Bye, guys.